Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Fallout New Vegas. In the last episode, we did the practically everything in Novac. We solved the Repcon Rocket Ghoul. We solved the Repcon and Rocket Ghoul problem, and we got ourselves a new companion in the form of Boone. Boone, it isn't already obvious, he's a sniper, but he ain't just no ordinary sniper. Hold on. He's an NCR sniper. And that means by nature of being from, well, he's no longer enlisted in the army. He used to be enlisted, but since considering his past of being an NCR or sniper, that means he's very pro NCR and anti Legion. A good point to mention is that a lot of companions have certain types of morality, and if you act against their morality, they're not afraid to leave your party, like abandon you. Like for example, since Boone is pro NCR, or by the very nature of that, is anti-Legion. So you act in ways that either hinder the NCR or worse, or help the Legion. Boone's not going to be happy with that. But anyway, I'm coming to this outpost Charlie because we were asked to check on the station by the what? Just sworn I saw the door like it wasn't there for a second. We were asked by what was his name? The Ranger in the NCR Ranger in Novac. What the? The thing about Boone that you should know is that, considering how anti-Legion he is, he will automatically open fire on any and all Legion. Period. So if you ever at any point want to act pro Legion in your playthrough, you should not have Boone in your party.
Almost.
Like here, he automatically aggroes against all Legion. You left a poor impression on Caesar's Legion, maybe shunned as a result. Hated. Now that folks know you're bad, most people already hate you. Oh, Legion got a fight with NCR. If ever at any point you want to do a pro Legion playthrough, you're siding with the Legion, and then I have to strongly recommend against having Boone in your party. But if you want to side with the NCR, or then or otherwise side against the Legion, which is very easy to do, if you ask me. Then by all means, Boone's a pretty good party member to have. Strip them all down to their underwear, clear them all out, sort them out later. Ouch. Okay, where's the goggle doing? One thing that I have to say is kind of a negative or downside of companions is that as nice as it is to have companions basically be moving storage boxes for you like this, the bad thing is that not counting certain pieces of headgear, or the companions more or less won't wear some faction armors. Like no one will ever really wear Legion armor, and thus armor that they don't want to wear, they just abandon on the ground. Collecting and holding onto the armor, for like Legion armor, is pretty good. And for along the lines of selling for a pretty good amount of caps. But otherwise, it kind of sucks when you got a whole lot of armor that you need to get rid of, but you can't put it on your companion, so it just sits in your inventory until you're able to sell it. So now that we got that distraction, now that we got over that distraction, something that, like, the reason why I have to specifically point out Boone, like, being very anti-Legion, and to the point of attacking Legionaries unprovoked, is because usually the companion... Ooh, that's not looking good. Usually companions, they don't, like certain factions like NCR and Legion, Ow! Ranger Station Charlie audio log line. Audio log 2. Okay. Let's listen to these.
Drove the raiders off. No casualties. In the meantime, patrol's back. They're late. I hope they got a good excuse. What took...
Well, that cut off early. Let's listen to the second one.
This is a message to the NCR from the Legion. We are coming for you. Run, and we will catch you. Hide, and we will find you. No matter what you do, you are all going to die. We took one of the women alive.
That's just unnecessary, just bragging about like that.
Fine by me.
Boone, to his credit, it will wear an NCR. If you... Oh, I guess the NCR isn't as good as the metal arm right here, so... Ow! Jesus Christ, this place is booby-trapped. I guess it's okay to take things in here now. Another thing to inform real quick is that you can talk to companions.
What is it?
How do you feel about Manny Vargas?
He was a good spotter.
Weren't you also friends?
Yeah, we were.
Like, not anymore?
No.
Okay, he's being blunt to the point of abruptly short answers. I have another question.
Sure.
What outfit did he serve in the military with?
1st NCR Recon. It's a sniper battalion. Sees a lot of action. They moved us around a lot. I was stationed at Camp Golf for a while. Last I heard, they're at Camp McCarran.
How did you happen to join 1st Recon?
They pick you out if you do well at the firing range. Pays a little better, so I said okay.
Is that 1st Recon beret?
Yeah, you could tell by the patch. Bear skull with crossed rifles behind it. Slogan underneath.
What's the slogan?
The last thing you never see. Pretty accurate. And so are we.
Tell me about Camp McCarran.
It was an airport before the war. Command liked it because it was already fortified, and it let them keep an eye on the strip. They've got an old monorail that still runs between them. Used mostly for supplies and deployment. But if you get leave, you're allowed to go gamble. It was General Oliver's post. But I heard he's been up at the dam a lot lately. Guessing Colonel Shu is running it.
What do you think of General Oliver?
Didn't know him. He's a signature on my discharge papers. Wasn't real popular, though. Even overheard my CO complain about him once. General Wait and See, he called him.
Do you know Colonel Shu at all?
Yeah. He introduced himself to me once. I shook his hand. Doubt he remembered me now, though. When he looked at you, you could see he understood. After some of the things we'd seen, that meant something. But I heard he'd be a general right now if Oliver didn't know the president.
What about the dam?
The big one. The one the NCR is trying to hold on to, that the Legion's pushing for. Whole war depends on holding it.
What's Camp Golf like?
It was on the front line for a while. Only resort in New Vegas no one wanted to get sent to. Doesn't have that kind of importance anymore, though. They pulled most of the troops out of there after we took the Hoover Dam.
Let's talk about something else.
All right.
Were you at Bitter Springs with 1st Recon?
I was in a lot of places with 1st Recon. I don't really remember.
You must have been at Bitter Springs. What happened there?
That part of my life's over now. And so is this discussion.
Okay, he seems adamant about not talking about that. Here's something worth asking. What is it you aren't telling me about what happened to your wife?
You got no right asking me that. Drop it.
I could say I want to understand you better, or I could say you're right, I was out of line. Or I could say to him I don't feel like I could trust you. What'll happen if I say I don't feel like I could trust you?
That goes both ways. I joined up with you to kill Legionaries. Sooner we get back to that, sooner we can have an understanding.
Okay. Is it complete assurance that his wife is dead? It did start off as suspicious, and I guess the feeling's mutual? I think that's enough for now. Let's get out of the
Yeah.
At any point we don't want a companion in our party, we can dismiss them. Send them back to the area that we found them, or so. Hold on, let's go. I think we should report this back to Novak. I think someone would want to hear about this.
Careful. They got spies all over.
Yeah, commies on the moon wanting to paint the moon pink with a lemon face.
What can I do for you?
I'm hurt. I need help, Doc.
That's not so bad. I'll have you looking as good as new. I mean, what are the chances of me botching another routine procedure in the same day?
Okay, that's not very assuring.
Alright, I'll just get my scalpel here, and, did I leave that sitting outside? Well, you know what? Free tetanus shot.
Youch. That doctor does not fill you with confidence. But at least we got our broken limb repaired.
Prim wimped out and accepted NCR rule. Some people will do anything to feel safe.
There's that bug again. Ranger Andy, that was his name.
Any word on Station Charlie?
I went to the ranger station. Everyone there was wiped out.
What? What happened?
I could say I'm not sure. Or I could admit to him that members of Caesar's Legion ambushed them. Or I could fail a 40-hour XD speech check to try and convince him it wasn't Caesar's Legion. But I want to tell him the truth. Members of Caesar's Legion ambushed them.
Those were good men at that station. Good men. This whole town was sleeping a lot easier because of them. Now, who knows what we're in for? The Legion? Christ. We'd be better off with raiders. Well, thanks for telling me. I know that knowledge didn't come without risk. Here, take this. Courtesy of the Ranger Veterans Fund.
Tell me about the Rangers.
They're the NCR's finest. A one-man platoon, each of them. You got a job where even thinking about it would scare a man senseless? That's when you bring in the Rangers. And if you see a squad of veterans, guys who are in their black armor, well, you won't find a more beautiful sight.
Okay, see you around.
Look out for yourself.
Well, we got a better reputation with Novak.
Howdy. Prim has a new sheriff. That should keep the powder gangers away.
Okay. The reason why this one particular quest I'm about to do, saving captives from legionaries, one of the reasons why I wanted to save this quest for after I got Boone is because, well, I don't want to spoil it, but I can't exactly talk about it without spoiling it, but I get there's no other way to get around it, so each history, hold on, what's this? Unarmed increased by 3. Each companion, when you get them, you can gain a little history with them by doing certain actions with them, or certain quests, or going to certain locations with each companion, and you can make them like you more and more. And by extent, like this quest here, saving these captains from legionaries is one of the quests that
You've done a good turn for the NCR, and now we'd like to do one for you. There's an NCR emergency two-way radio. You call, and we'll come running. You're not alone out here. The NCR has your back. Stay safe and good hunting.
Okay, that guy just came right the heck out of nowhere. Out here, mind my own business, just comes up and has me a radio. Anyway, like, this quest is like one of the little quests that like gives you history points or so with Boone. I think that's like what it's referred to. So it makes Boone like you more. Or so, it's worth, this particular quest is worth saving for Or when you have them. Ugh. Oh, I'm hungry. Oh, I'm thirsty. Come on. I'm getting ready to fight for my life and you're complaining about the foodie food. Okay. Yeah, that's good. Put a little nail on top of the gun just to create an iron sight.
Can't run from me.
Oh, what? Oh, E. Come on!
Come on.
We're shooting this guy in the head! What's the face? Hold on. Yikes, my health is looking bad.
Retribution. You're mine.
Ow! Are you serious? Well, there's our first death. Are you serious? All the way back over here. No, not pause. That's one thing that I admit is kind of iffy about older games like Fallout New Vegas. Is that sometimes, like, it doesn't put, like, an autosave where you'd expect it to. Which is practically after every fast travel or through every
You've done a
door.
good turn for the NC.
Thank you. Well, anyway, it doesn't put fast travel stuff or saves where you expect it to, so. Oh, did I kill these guys? Anyway, it doesn't put a fast travel point where you expect it to, so. So, like, it could send you, like, quite a bit back. Let me just save. That legionary there is glowing because that is Boone's perk. Well, think about it. Let's look at that real quick. Boone's perk is Spotter. While Boone is a companion, hostile targets are highlighted whenever the player is actively aiming. Wait, did I give... I had grenades on me. Never mind.
Eat this.
Come on. Vilified. As demonstrated there, one thing you'll notice is that the AI the AI in this game can be really smart sometimes. Like, that's, like, I don't know how well you notice it there, but something that if you pay attention you'll see it, is that enemies are smart enough to do things like loot their fallen comrades to get an advantage. Like let's say out of 3 guys, only one of them has like a submachine gun, and you kill the guy with a submachine gun. The 2 guys, these will race towards the body, and the first to get there will loot the guy's body and pull out the submachine gun to use it against you. Things like that. You know, instead of leaving that stuff behind, I can just give it to Eddie to pull. Who's gonna cry about us looting these chests? The Legion? Please. Let's hope these guys stop being powder gangers. They're at least smart enough to not attack us. Not that they can without weapons, you know. Not dumb enough to
They
fist
got
fight
what
us.
they had coming. Well, we're the ones to deliver it.
Quest completed. Booted.
Pisses me off that Legion slavers can just operate on NCR turf like that. If we hadn't caught up to them, they'd probably have a clear path to the river. No one to stop them. There should be patrols, checkpoints. We got Grady overstretched. Now our own territory is insecure.
Yeah, depending on... That's another thing about companions. Depending on, like, what situations you bring them in, they're more than willing and they're more than able and willing to comment on certain situations that you bring them to. How do you feel about the NCR?
Coming east was about securing the land so people could live without fear. It's not always that simple, but I think the cause is still right. And God help us if they lose.
How do you... what are your thoughts about Caesar's Legion?
Yeah, lots of thoughts. All about the best ways to kill them.
Okay.
Okay.
What can you tell me about New Vegas?
It's NCR land for the most part. We tamed it. Now we're settling it. A lot of people complain about it, but they forget what it was like before we showed up. It's a lot of territory to secure. Too much, even for a big army like the NCR's.
Okay, let's see what we
Okay.
get.
Yeah.
Yeah, Boone makes it very clear. Yeah, like I said before, Boone is clearly the pro-NCR and very anti-Legion. I don't think we'll find a character that hates the Legion more in this game than Boone himself. Well, there is another character. Well, I think there is, well, thinking about it, actually, I think there could be another character that could potentially rival Boone. Boone in being anti-Legion. But in a kind of different aspect, so to speak, like this, like where Boone is like obviously very. Okay, let me look for a quest. Where Boone is like very anti-Legion in regards to in regards to. Boone is very anti-Legion in regard from a military standpoint, like completely warring with them, or completely going to war against them. The other character that could potentially rival Boone is more of like anti-Legion from a more philosophical and moral viewpoints, like being anti-Legion like being against Legion in a more from more of a standpoint of disagreeing with them, from like their ecology, their mentality, their philosophy, things like that. And we'll deal with the character as we come across him. But it looks like, but in the meantime, it looks like we raiding that camp and freeing those captives seems to have really pissed off the Legion. I wonder if the Legion's going to even consider us worth their time. Team or not. Speaking of the factions, what are your thoughts on the factions so far? Or I guess in this case, Legion and the NCR. Or like, what are your thoughts in general with them? Or which one are you siding with so far? Like, at this point in the game's pretty much making itself out to be. It's very clear that they're showing the game to be like the NCR is like approximately the good guys, while the Legions are undoubtedly the bad guys. Let's see, this person has armor we're taking. Mel armor, okay. But yeah, Doctor's bad.
Fine by me.
One thing about, like, something I want to point out quick is faction armor. You have equipped faction armor. Faction armor disguises you as a member of that faction. Members of that faction now consider you a friend, while enemies of that faction will attack you on sight, regardless of your personal faction relation with them. Any reputation changes that occur, or while wearing faction armor, still affect your character. Security personnel such as guards and watchdogs will see through your disguise and alert everyone nearby, so watch out. You know, yeah, the game makes it very clear about potential consequences is for dressing as.
Not my strong. Fine by me.
It makes it very obvious potential consequences. Potential consequences for dressing as a certain faction. Still, we're on our way to. At this point, the objective is going to Boulder City to catch up with the Great Khan. How far away is it? What's the map look like? Another thing I enjoy about Boone is that, again, the perk of being a sniper is that sometimes Boone can like spot and take out an enemy before you even realize that there's an enemy around.
Yeah, you and me both.
Eat this.
Brad Scorpion. See? Whoa! See? And we hit the level up. 3 more pounds of equipment. That's good. Cannibal. Wait, did I look at that? Well, you could be a cat. Well, if you. I plan on getting the bloody mess. Yes or so, but like, the bloody mess perk is that as good as the 5% extra damage it is overall. Well, you know how enemies' heads explode sometimes. Imagine that it's getting over exaggerated to the point that basically an entire body explodes, leaving nothing but a limbless, headless torso behind. Like you shoot someone in the stomach with a pistol, and their head and legs and arms all explode into a bloody, misty cloud of red. I'm not even exaggerating. That's practically what this perk does. Get double the bun. Ooh, I like that. I'm getting this one, and unless something else comes up that I like more, I think I'm gonna try getting a. Well, I think I'll get this now just to show it. Just to show it off, like the intense perk is like with intense training, you can put a single point in any of your special attributes. Which when you do that, it brings you to the list and you can add 1 single point to anything you want. Is that enemy stuck in the ground?
Can't run from me.
Oh my god, it's literally in the ground! Oh my god! Even though this game is made by Obsidian, which is like a company that was founded or so by the by the people who made Fallout 2, and they came back to make Fallout New Vegas here, you still gotta remember that Fallout New Vegas is basically, it's still technically a Bethesda game, and the vast majority of it is based on Fallout 3's engine and such. So because of that, it's you just gotta. Well, Fallout New Vegas, if you ask me, is so good that it's really worth forgiving the occasional minor bug or glitch like that in order to experience the game. But still, we made it to Boulder City, and now we're here to, as the quest points out, we intercept the Great Khans here, who are part of the gang that being in these guys.
We've got a situation with some Great Khans right now. The Brass and McCarran has ordered me to lock down the ruins until it's been resolved.
What's going on with the Great Khans in here?
One of my patrols was on its way back from Novak when it came under fire from the Great Khans. They radioed for reinforcements, but instead of waiting for us, they chased the Khans into the ruins where they were caught in a crossfire. No deaths, but not all the squad got out. The Khans have Private Ackerman and Private Gilbert as hostages.
The Great Khans might have something of mine, a platinum chip.
Once the Great Khans have been killed or captured, you're welcome to retrieve any property they've taken from you.
What are you going to do about the hostages?
Acceptable casualties, I've been told. I don't like it, but the Brass has their reasons.
What? I may be able to negotiate a deal with the Great Khans.
Normally I'd turn you down since I have no idea who you are. But considering that the hostages are as good as dead when we attack... Alright. I'm going to give you a chance to talk to the Great Khans. Their leader is a man named Jessup. If we hear shooting, we'll be coming in. But it'll probably be too late for you.
Don't worry about me. I can handle myself in a gunfight.
Good luck.
Thank you. Now with that, we get a quest, this Boulder City Showdown.
Man, I'm sick of this place. Can't wait to get back to Red Rock.
Yeah, despite the apparent firefight, they don't. The Great Khans don't mind me or my fellow NCR-aligned companion walking up to them. Well, let's take advantage of that by coming in here.
What the hell? You're that courier Benny wasted back in Goodsprings. You're supposed to be dead.
I got better.
And here I thought us Great Khans were tough to kill. So, what happens now?
Where's my platinum chip, Jessup?
Don't have it. Benny stole it right before he stabbed us in the back. He's probably back at the strip by now, laughing at me.
Why don't you just shoot? I got some more answers. I want more answers.
Yeah? On what?
What do you know about the platinum chip?
Just a big fancy poker chip as far as I know. Don't know why anyone would make one out of platinum though.
What can you tell me about Benny?
He's one of the chairmen, big shots that run the Tops Casino in New Vegas. A friend from the city contacted me with info on a big job. I should have known that the caps were too good to be true, but there was still no way I could pass up the chance.
Why did Benny betray you?
He's a snake, that's why. He owed us the rest of the pay for the job, so maybe he didn't want to pay up.
Let's talk about something else.
Fine.
Let's talk about settling things between you and the NCR.
What's to negotiate? The NCR backs off, we walk out of here, nobody gets hurt.
Oh. Hold on.
Fine. Yeah, go on.
Let me see if I got... Hold on, what's my... Okay, that will increase my charisma by 1. It'll bump my speech up to 42. The tap buffs up to 44. I need something else that increases charisma.
Hey.
Hey, yourself. I wonder if drinking the beer will... No. Hold on. Hold on. Let me... Yep.
Hey.
Hope the NCR doesn't send reinforcements from the dam.
I'm getting real tired of talking.
Well, too bad. We're gonna keep talking. Let's talk about settling things between you and the NCR.
Still going on about this, huh? Pretty sure I already said we want the NCR to back off and let us out.
Speech 45. Free the hostages now and I'll have the NCR escort you out of their territory.
I can't believe I'm doing this. But alright, the hostages can go. The NCR had better keep their end of the deal, though. Here, a souvenir for you. It's Benny's lighter. Shove it up his ass when you catch up with him. Yeah, go on.
Now I'll go on. Thank you. The reason why I wanted to do it that way, besides from just trying to be nice, is that I specifically wanted to get that lighter from... I wanted to get that lighter from Jessup, because the lighter... The engraved cigarette lighter and the distinct cigarette butts, you're going to want to hold on to both of these again for plot reasons that we'll get to at the proper time. I'm not going to spoil it, but We'll see it when we get there. But for now, let's talk to Lieutenant Monroe.
I'm glad you're able to get my people freed, but there's a new problem. I just got orders to take out the Great Khans, hostages or not.
The Great Khans let the hostages go in exchange for their own freedom.
My hands are tied. I can't go against orders, can I?
If you have any integrity, then you'll honor the deal.
You're right. Great Khans are free to go.
And he just got accepted by the Great Khans. Jeez, we already got another level up there. The survival up a little, so to increase what we recover from food stuff. Okay, let's real quick. Wait, Repcon headquarters. That's Repcon. Or what's? Oh, the place that I was referring to as Repcon headquarters. This is actually the Repcon test site. This is their headquarters up here. Vault 34. Captain Karen. Well, someone kind of disapproved. So. Jeez, how much grit do you gotta have to literally not even react to being burned alive? I just thought this Ant-Man would be a good place to warp to. Hold on, where's the...
Company.
Huh?
No!
How much for the side of your blood? Eddie, come here. That sticks out. Nice guy. Cassidy Caravan Wreckage. Hold on, let me look at the map. Oh, I forgot I'm wearing the suit. Yeah, to get that speech check, that guy, hey, some clothes that you can use give you little bonuses. Is as long as you're wearing them, like the suit giving you +5. Hey, so I use that. Let's look at this real quick. Looks like a rest stop. The Grub and Gulf rest stop.
Welcome to the Grub and Gulf.
What is this place?
Just a little rest stop that me and my good friend Lupe set up. Last stop on your way into New Vegas, first stop on your way out. That's what I say.
Okay, mind if I ask you some questions?
Sure, fire away.
Is there any place to buy weapons and armor?
I think there are a few places, but I've heard that the gun runners sell the best.
Where can I find a doctor around here if I want one?
Dr. Usanagi runs a medical clinic up the road.
Thanks for letting me know. No more questions.
All right then.
I could probably be like, okay,
Sure
what's the
thing.
guy sell?
Anything else I can do for you?
Yeah, he just sells. Yeah, he just sells food. See you around.
See you later.
You need water? I got water. Clean and fresh. Straight from Lake Mead. If you're low on caps, I've also got slightly irradiated wasteland water. A little fallout never killed anybody.
Where do you get your water?
The NCR fixed up the pipe network pretty good, and water merchants like me are allowed to have some of it to sell. If we have a water license, of course. Still, it beats the inconvenience of having to trek all the way to the lake to resupply.
Are there many water merchants around here?
There's a few independent ones like me, but it's mostly the big trading outfits that deal in water, like the Crimson Caravan Company.
You wouldn't mind if I asked some general questions of you, do you?
Shoot.
Anything I should know about New Vegas?
They won't just let anybody into the Strip, but you should be able to have a good time in Freeside itself. Just, keep a close eye on your caps.
Okay. Fiends. Tell me about the Fiends.
They're a bunch of crazies hopped up on all kind of drugs. Apparently they're using one of the old vaults as a hideout. The army should really get in there and wipe them all out, but I guess they've got more than enough trouble to deal with right now.
Okay, well, speaking of which, what do you know about the NCR?
Their main base is right over there by the old airport. It's called Camp McCarran now. Some people like to paint them all as a bunch of bullies. Me? I'm glad they're around. They do what they can to keep things safe and orderly.
Alright, thanks for the questions.
Alright.
See you around.
Until next time.
I think this would be a pretty good stopping point. We did some good quests. It's got to know Boone a bit better, and we're closer to catching up with Benny, who is... The consensus seems to be that he's in New Vegas over there. Looks like we're going to be going over there sometime soon, unless something comes up to distract us. But still, well, thank you so much for watching. This has been Fallout New Vegas. And something that I want to know real quick at the end is what do is to reiterate the question of what do you think of the faction? It's mainly NCR or in Legion, and would you rather see this playthrough take a pro-Legion side or a pro-NCR side? Because even though the game, up to this point at least, has kind of been portraying the NCR as the good guys to some relative extent, and it's not even trying to hide the fact that how villainous the Legion are. Or still, I'd like to hear opinions on how you like this, on how you like this to go. So even though, being pro-Legion means losing Boone, but still, tell me what you think down in the comments below. That would be appreciated. We could try to get a discussion going, or at least get some opinions out. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. This has been Fallout New Vegas. And until next time, I will see you around.